Please remember that some employers look for people who can express themselves with intense enthusiasm when they want to hire leaders for managerial positions. You understand then that enthusiasm is one of the most necessary traits for leadership. I'm sure you've also observed that the most successful lawyers are not necessarily those who know the most about the legal profession, but those who know how to influence the courts and the juries, and those who have a great capacity of expressing themselves with intense enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is an expression of a positive mental attitude. Now, one doctor recognized that the enthusiasm that he brings with him in a room of a sick person has more healing power than all the medication he can prescribe to the patient. Now, worry brings all sorts of illnesses, and the cure is just a positive mental attitude. My dear friends, disease has no place in the body of a person who's always positive. I'm sure you must have observed that enthusiasm is very contagious. It engages all those who come under its influence and causes them to find themselves in a very similar spirit of enthusiasm. There's a warning there though. Be careful, because enthusiasm, whether constructive or destructive, is still contagious. Top salesmen always make use of enthusiasm whenever they meet their potential customers. So practically, when you are introduced to someone you'd like to make a favorable impression on, whether it's the first time or it's an acquaintance, you need to do the following. Whenever you are introduced to someone, you have an opportunity to sell yourself favorably to that person. So as you are shaking hands, use this opportunity to make a favorable impression of yourself by the level of enthusiasm you put in that handshake. Make the tone of your voice so enthusiastic to make the other person realize that you are happy to communicate with him. Now, when you shake his hand, take a firm grip on it. And if you must say something, make sure that you direct the conversation to the interest of the other person. Follow through by eagerly asking questions which will keep up the attention. Then when it's your turn to say something about what you are bringing on the table, the other person will be prepared to listen attentively. Now remember, my dear friends, that the best way to sell yourself to others is to sell others to themselves. Why does your enthusiasm have an effect on the minds of those who come under influence? My dear friends, you need to understand that your brain and that of others is like a broadcasting station in communication with the receiving stations. The broadcasting station sends out vibrations which are then picked up by the receiving stations. So when you turn on your enthusiasm, your thoughts reach out quickly to the receivers. My dear friends, do not take this lightly. This is a fact that has been known to psychologists for ages and is still being used by the top salesmen of our time. Knowledge is power. Well, we all know now that's only half true, because knowledge becomes true power when it's put into action for the attainment of a definite objective. Now, enthusiasm is one of those powerful means in which you can put into action your education, experience, and knowledge. Acting without enthusiasm may be ineffective and really boresome. Let's talk about enthusiasm. Enthusiasm emotions are not directly subject to reason, but to action. We can achieve nothing really worthy until we express some level of enthusiasm. Now, how do you develop a feeling of enthusiasm in all that you do? Enthusiasm can be likened to steam and boiler, one of which is controlled and turned on to start the wheels of a machine into action. Another very important and powerful aspect of enthusiasm: prayer expressed with intense enthusiasm brings much quicker and satisfactory results. Try this for yourself and be convinced, my friends.